a lockdown. So
Yes,
as you
exactly.
said, if you're interested enough in this journey, you will find a way to move forward. It has
Yes.
become that simple now, right?
Yes, it's all about that. Like it's all about like that. And also, how was the World Cup yesterday? Like we
Yeah, first of all,
Australia won it.
congratulations,
That was a
Australia.
yeah. So one thing I want to tell about the Australian team
Yeah,
is this. Like this is actually regardless of fitness. So the team which played in 2000 between 2000 to 2010, like I really hated them because they were always dominating the cricket was totally boring. But the team which came like after that were always like not the best, but they ended up being winners at the end of the day. So because they never gave up, regardless of what happened. So you can actually learn something from the Australian cricket team, right? So they lost against like one of the uh, lost against like Bangladesh and West Indies in like T20 series before the World Cup, but that didn't stop them from winning the World Cup, right? So like the best example would be David Warner. Like he was actually
with all the
taken
problems. Yeah,
to the IPL side, but he actually became one of the best players, like more impactful
exactly.
players in the right. So that's something we
That's
can
true.
learn into our life. So regarding this anyway, so regarding the topic we are going to be talking about, like one of the things people actually need to apply in their fitness journey is this. So most of y'all are playing it safe because what the problem with them is the fact that they are afraid to take the next step in life. They just want to play safe because of that. What actually got me to like come up to this live topic is because of based on like something I've been like reading. So it said the following quote, like I mentioned earlier, is the fact that like the ship is always safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are made for. So you got to someday, if you want to reach the next destination in your life, like whatever you want to reach, it could be anything. If you're starting a degree or like starting a new semester today or whatever it is, you need to leave the harbor at one point to reach that destination. You can't stay in the harbor because it's safe to start your journey later on to like get the best result. You can't do it by staying in the harbor. You got to leave the harbor and you got to reach the next destination. And the process of going through that next destination requires a lot of pre-planning. That's where we actually give you training plans customized to you, meal plans customized to you. Like now, it's not meal plans which are actually with quantities or anything. Like it's actually more practical. Like you will enjoy the meal plan we give. Like if you actually saw the stories, like some of them have burgers, they have healthy certain things. So like that you need to pre-plan your life because a ship can go into any direction if it's not led into the right direction it won't go to the destination it's supposed to go, right? So that's where we need you to understand the importance of pre-planning. So one of the things I do in my life is the fact that I have a certain schedule in my life, like where I actually have app where I download certain things which I need to do within the day. Like I pre-plan the day before, so that way I can actually serve people better. So that way, because this is something I actually learned to do it properly during the lockdown period. So that's actually one of the best things happened during the lockdown, right? So
Yeah.
pre-planning is one of the key aspects in anything. It could be a transformation, fitness journey, or it could be like pretty much anything, right, Ashan? Like that's something you can actually talk about as well, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true because I think if you go in to do anything without a plan, you miss out on those basics that you need to do, right?
Mm.
Because some people actually plan, but they don't
Yeah,
plan the basics. They plan out something else, and once they go, they plan too much, right? So that
yeah,
is also a cause to failure. So even when you plan things, okay, you just don't have to stress yourself, right? Just plan on the basics and make sure that you're doing the basics right. Let's say that you take a program from us. See, the workout plan is done, and the cardio is given. Just plan your week, how you're going to get through this. That's all, okay?
yes,
Because
yes.
some now I think I've been doing this for a while now, so I have a certain amount of experience, right? So when you go off without a plan, you're just going on, right? You don't know what to do tomorrow, you don't know what to do today, and when you plan too much, it goes into the other end, right? So plan the basics, okay? So you don't have to plan for 10, 15 years, right? It's good to have an idea, but have short goals and plan them and nail them out, right? I'm pretty sure that's what the Australian team did, for this particular World Cup, because they were not the best team, but on that
Yes.
particular day they were the best. That's because they
Yes.
executed the plan, right? They
Yes.
only missed out
Exactly.
against England because they were too good on that particular day. But apart from that, they just took one day at a time. I think
Yes.
everything they planned out was properly met. So
Yes.
I think that is the lesson which we can take out of this, right? So again,
Yes.
as an example, I'm a competitor, so my next plan is my next show, not the show I'm
Yes.
going to do in 10 years, or when I'm going to win the pro card or whatever it is, right?
Yes.
So these when you nail these small plans, it leads to a successful outcome, in many years to come, right?
Yes.
So,
Exactly.
and more than anything, you learn a lot out of it.
Yes, exactly. So one of the other things I want to tell about, like with my experience when it came to competing, was the fact that my competition may be like 6 months away. So, but it doesn't mean like I need to start my prep like 16 weeks before the competition. But
Yeah.
in order for you to like become the best version you can ever be, it requires a long term commitment. So if you're actually making good progress in your fitness journey and you're changing your goals towards competing, understand is the fact that like don't overthink the journey. Take it one step at a time. So just understand it's the good habits, good rituals, which will actually take a long way. Because yesterday I spoke to a client actually who was actually like around like almost 100, but was the issue was with him like when it came to transforming and becoming his best version was not like training one on one. It was most of the time was mindset coaching. Some of them, like some of the clients we actually deal with, are like we don't need to do like one-on-one coaching. It's most of the time it's actually mindset coaching because people overthink their journey. When we give them the training plan, we give them a lot of things to do. But you need to understand, you need to take it one step at a time, and that way you can actually dominate the rest of the journey. So always understand when you've been given something to do, like let's say even for an exam you are studying, you need to pre-plan like how you're going to go ahead with it, like how you're going to go ahead with the semester. So if you are having a busy week next week, you can't stress out this week, because if you stress out this week and become you get anxiety and you will stress out more, and it will actually mess up the entire journey, right? So that's not something we actually want anybody to happen. So that's something we actually stop happening like from the start. Like from day one, we actually make sure nothing like that happens to anyone. So that's how we actually help you. So one of the things I did in my uni days early was I actually wrote down like something I actually learned from one of my I don't remember exactly who actually taught me that, but one of the things I did was actually write down the things I have to do like during the day or like during the week or whatever. Like I tick it down like box by box. Like it's all about ticking boxes little by little.
Yeah.
So one other thing I've learned from my coach would be the fact that your body is something you need to make deposits on a daily basis by training hard. So those deposits will end up becoming uh, make you become a better version at the end of the day. So, like things like that, you can actually apply to your fitness journey and to your life. That way, you can actually become the best version. It will make things easier for you. So, the client actually wanted to talk about like he was actually once I actually started giving mindset coaching mostly, he ended up becoming a different person like in 12 weeks time. Like he's not stressed out, because we've had clients who were like stressing out like at the start of the program, but little by little, like when we talk little by little, it changes. So that's where like communication is one of the key factor in any transformation. So you need to have a relationship between the have a good relationship between the coach and the client. So that way you can become better with your transformation and your life as well. Because most of the time we have seen is the people who have actually transformed, they don't transform just for that 12 weeks. They transform for the entire lifetime, because that's what you guys saw with Harry. Because Harry left us like about a year ago, and year later he's still like he looks superb. Like his skin is white, and like he looks like he doesn't look like the age he's at right now. He looks like a
Yes.
person who's like in his 30s or 20s. Because Ashan, you've been doing his one-on-one like when he was
Yeah.
in Sri Lanka. because he's
For
a
a
client
year,
from.
I remember for a full year, I used to train him, right?
Yeah.
And also even during this year, it was not like he's getting a session in today and the next session in 2 months. Not like that. Every
Yes.
week it was on, right? That's
Yes.
how it happened. So and that's why he's where he is now, right?
Yes.
So I mean that's the I mean when you look at the transformation picture, you can really say that he has done things more than a normal person, right?
Yes.
So that's about it. And the other surprising fact is that after he left, I never heard from him
Yes.
until he sent me that picture, right?
Yes.
And I was amazed, especially his back has developed so much, right? Because I've been training him for a while, so when I see him, I can see the changes. So for a year, I didn't hear from him, and all of a sudden, I see this picture, and I don't think you can be any happier than that. And also,
Yes.
along with him, I had to mention another name. The other name is Sabri. I actually met him in the gym
Yeah.
this morning. So he's just going all out, right?
Yeah.
He looks like a bodybuilder right now. So he
Yeah.
left Team Empire long time back, but right now, he's switching up the programs, he's switching up the meal plan, and he's losing weight, and he's getting defined by the day.
Yes.
So I just saw him this morning, so that's why I wanted to mention that name. So
Yeah.
if you ask me personally, you don't have to stay with me forever. Okay, you
Yeah.
have to go on your own, learn, and create your own self. As a
Yeah.
coach, I think that is what I expect. I know that is what you expect as well.
Yes.
Well, if you want to continue with us, please do. Right,
Yeah.
that's something else. But yeah, always get that mindset to another level where you're pushing yourself, because this is that journey which you can find yourself. Because
Yeah.
who I was 4 years ago and who I am right now, it's totally different. And fitness is one thing that remained when everything around me changed.
Yes,
Right?
exactly. So fitness is like one of the key things like
Yeah.
which we applied in our life and ended up like becoming like the things I want like we wanted to do become. Today like we are actually like in a lockdown period we are actually changing lives. Like for the past 2 years we've changed a lot of lives because like we mentioned those two names from Sri Lanka. It's not just Sri Lanka, like we have actually done we have a lot of names we need to mention, but like not gonna do that. But just gonna
Yeah.
mention those two names because the thing is like those two people like left us like 1 year ago and they are still keeping that lifestyle. So one other client I remembered was the client from I think Brisbane or Gold Coast. His name was Dinusha. Um,
Yeah.
he actually was there with us for 16 weeks, ended up getting six packs, and he's still like that. And he's been like having that life, maintaining that lifestyle because when we teach you something for 12 weeks we expect you to like do that for the rest of your life, like because when we teach you things for 12 weeks, that's not going to be just for that 12 weeks, it's going to be something you're going to be applying it for the rest of your life. So now it's been like 3 years since we started Team Empire. um, we have been seeing those results because our vision was story beyond pictures, because every transformation has a story. Like you only see the pictures but there's a struggle
Yeah.
behind those things.
So,
There's a lot of struggles, lots of things which goes around, and you need to
full
get
book at
through.
the end of the day.
Yes, we actually managed to go through like a lot of things like for the past 2 years with the pandemic and everything, and we ended up like coming up with virtual coaching, and now it's like one of the amazing things because we can connect people from like anywhere else in the world. We can give them one on one from like wherever the hell they are, because we had like clients from all around the world who has actually done transformations through virtual coaching, because it's all about like utilizing what's been given. So regarding that, like that's actually something you can use in your fitness journey. So it's always important to like pre-plan your journey so that way you can actually dominate the rest of the journey. So take it one step at a time. So
Yes. Very true.
have good habits in your life. So that way you can actually like take those good habits to the rest of your life, and that way you will be your better version. So your better version is not about like just building a six pack. Sometimes it's just not physically the transformation we get. It's the mental transformation you see from that person. A person is not stressing. If the person was stressing out before and not stressing out now, those are the things which we actually expect from transformations and making an impact, because those are what we do believe is like the real transformation. right, Asha? So
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
so exactly. So today, like we did this live just to give you guys like some inspiration and motivation, just to make sure you dominate the rest of the week. So so that's it for today, and the live actually went really well, and I hope you guys got value, and I hope to see you guys next week. And we'll be coming live more often because we are new right now. We are actually like brand new, and we have got some new stuff coming
Yeah,
up and hoping to give away those things. And yesterday was the last day of the 4 day challenge, and it was pretty amazing the engagement we had with had with the people who actually joined, and everybody, like most of the time, like more than half of the people actually ended up doing steps. And one of the things I want them to do is just keep on doing those steps. Not saying like you need to do 20,000 steps a day to win the challenge. You can actually do 8 to 10,000 a day and make it a good habit in your routine. And when you have that routine, like it's actually something you can actually do it for the rest of your life, and that way you become better,
that's going
healthy.
to be, that's going
That's
to be
going to
much
be one.
important than winning a challenge, right?
Yes, more important than winning a challenge. It's about winning life. So that's it for today, and I hope you guys got value out of this. And we are hoping to come live. And if you have any questions, you can drop it here, and we'll be actually
Yeah.
answering them. So that's it. Let's go. Let's dominate, and hope you
I'll
have
see
a
you
great
guys.
week. And yeah, we are going back to work. Peace.
Yeah.